Hey everybody, and welcome to video number 3 in my series. Hi everybody. Hi beautiful people. Hey Blister, how's it hanging, buddy? Well, I'm sure she's referring to my tie, but I'm doing great. So, what do you have in store for us today, Aunt Lisa? Today, my friends, I am going to teach you how to make your own Lenormand deck and why you should. Yay! Crafts! We love crafts! Okay, well you two head on over to your craft tables and let me do this. Okay, guys, so today I'd like to show you how, hang on, I'm going to zoom in. I'm getting the hang of this. I'm going to make sure that you always have something to look at on my table after the last video where I had a minute of blank table. All right, whoops. Okay, so today I'd like to show you how to create your own Lenormand deck and explain why it's a great idea for learning. So learning the meanings of the cards is no different than learning any other language. This is a language you'll use to communicate with spirit or your higher self, whatever you want to call it. But in order to communicate, you both need to be on the same page. So you really need to get solid on your card meanings. Now, the fastest, easiest, and cheapest way to do this is to make your own deck. Now, why would you want to make your own deck when you can buy learner decks? Well, let me tell you why. Okay, so here we have, in case any of you are wondering, this is not a Lenormand deck. This is a Kipper deck, but it's one of Aquarius Well-Being, Lynn Boyle. It's one of her decks, and she does have a Lenormand deck that looks just like this. Okay, so you can buy them. They have the cards, the name and the number at the top, and they have all these lists of keywords on them. Okay, so that's why I wanted to show you that. Now here is my very first one. And if you are already getting the gist of why this is a problem, I think you're going to see why, because as you can see, I didn't agree with all of these keywords. That's going to happen. You're going to develop your own, right? So I started underlining certain ones, and on some of them I have some crossed out. And as you can see, I have all this stuff. I mean, look, they were getting really sloppy. And some of them just really drove me crazy because, like in the big letters here, Fox is never a job for me. Bear is not the money card. Stars does not mean dreams. You know, I could go on and on. So that's why that did not work out for me. And as you go along, you're probably going to discover the same thing. So now these are the original decks that I made, and I have them in order because you can see this was the first one. And I had way too much written on here. So even though they were my words and phrases, it was just way too much. It really wasn't very helpful. And then if you look at the next one, you can see that I didn't have quite as many, well, maybe, but I tried not to have quite as many on the second one I made. And then by the time I got to the third one, I was kind of getting the hang of it, and they didn't have too many words, but that was still a problem. So the thing that I did then next was I discovered that I needed only a few words, so I bought a whole box of playing cards. Now you can go to your dollar store and get playing card decks for $1. I went online, I went to Amazon, and I bought a box of 12 for $11. So, you know, I'm not a math whiz, but I know that comes out to less than $1 a deck. And, you know, you can probably get them on eBay and or other stores. I don't know. I mean, so many people have drawers full of them. My gosh. So here's what I did. I finally got to where, as you can see, I put these in order. I have one word on every card, and that's what you want to get to. Now I will go through these, so I don't want this video to get too long, so I'm going to hustle here. All right, so now why other than the fact that you can write your own keywords, is there any other reason why you want to make your deck? And yes, there is. First of all, rote memorization is boring and tedious, and it's actually the least efficient way of learning. So multisensory learning theory states that the brain learns more easily when several senses are stimulated at the same time. So what are our 5 senses? We have sight, hearing, smell, taste, touch. Now of these, we can use sight, hearing, and touch, or tactile, right, for learning the cards. We can't really use smell or taste, but well, I guess you could if you want to get creative. But, consider this Chinese proverb. When I hear, I forget. When I see, I remember. When I do, I understand. So, this is why you want to make your own deck. You want to get that tactile, sense going, all right? You want to stimulate that tactile sense. Now, if you are artistic, you can buy blank decks of cards. This is a blank mini deck I got from, what's it called? MakePlayingCards.com? Yeah, I think it's MakePlayingCards.com. Hang on, I have it written down, but I'm pretty sure that's the name of it. And yes, MakePlayingCards.com. But there are probably other sites too where you can get blank playing cards. So if you are artistic, you can create your own deck physically, or you can do it online. If you are computer savvy, I know you can go online and there are sites, where you can use graphics and everything, and you can create your own decks and you can have them printed online. That same place, MakePlayingCards.com will do it, or if you just do a computer search for print custom made tarot cards, you will come up to so many, sites. It's amazing. So yes, you can do it that way too. But the cheapest, easiest way is just to get yourself a deck of playing cards. And, honestly, like if you don't even have a deck of playing cards in the house and you want to do this right now, just use pieces of paper, cut pieces of paper, or use index cards, and you can go and have them laminated later if you'd like. So this is something you can do right now. Okay, so you take your deck. Now this is a brandy new deck. All right. And, save your jokers. Save your jokers because you can use them for extra cards later, but that is a whole nother video. I'm not going to talk about extra cards yet, but believe me, I love extra cards. All right, so take your deck and keep your aces. Take out 2, 3, 4, 5. They are not used in Lenormand. So do that for every suit, okay? Save your aces, take out the 2, 3, 4, 5, get rid of them, okay? And keep every other card. All right, so that's how you're gonna start. Now you want to make a list, now this is from my book. Though I wrote in the numbers, because in my book I have a bunch of quick reference sheets and I have all of the cards listed in order and then the playing card inset, and then I also did it this way where I grouped them all. I love quick reference sheets, so I made all kinds of them in my book. Anyway, so if you look at this, here, let me zoom out a little. If you look at this, I have them grouped so that you could easily make them, you make your own deck using a deck of cards. So I have the hearts, the spades, the diamonds, and the clubs. Okay, so you can make your own list if you'd like, or do a screenshot maybe and use that one. Oops, let me zoom again. There, I think that's good. Okay, so you need a Sharpie. Now this is an ultra fine. The original deck, where did I put that? I was writing on that cheater deck that or learner's deck, I should call it, that I was writing on. I was using a regular Sharpie and it was just too thick. So I wanted to get a fine. I remember they only had ultra fine at the store. And this actually, as you can see, these were all written with the ultra fine. So that's all you need. Any thicker than that and it's going to be too thick. And then you can get these little pouches too. You can get these so cheap. My gosh, I buy them in bulk, you know, for all my decks. You know, a lot of decks don't even come with a box anymore. They just, or they come with a plain box and it gets ruined after a while. So I buy a lot of these little bags. Okay, so the most important thing, where's my deck, that you need to know about this is you want to find one word. Okay, you want to find one word and only one word that summarizes what each card means most to you. Okay, don't fall into the trap of writing every keyword on your cards like I used to. They don't help you. And yeah, you want to keep a list of your keywords, but you do that on in a notebook or on the computer. You don't want to write them on your cards, because the purpose of this one single primary vibe on each card is that it actually connects in your brain through what they call mind mapping, right? You will connect this one primary vibe to all of your keywords. When you see this card in a reading, okay, you look, you see clover, you're like, ooh, chance. Okay, that word chance for me links in my mind this clover card to opportunities and luck and lightheartedness and, you know, take a chance or gamble. It links it to everything, but that one primary vibe is all I want on that card. Okay, so as you can see, I have only one word on every one of these cards. There's only one word other than the name of the card. Okay, now the other thing I have on here, up in the corner, I wrote the positive, that's positive neutral. Okay, I used a plus for positive. I have a dash, that's negative. And then I used this zero or a circle for neutral. So that, you know, for me, and I have this in my book also, I have a quick reference sheet for the card energies. This rider is positive neutral. Clover is positive, ship is positive neutral. Okay, you can see here we have positive neutral negative for tree, we have negative for clouds. Okay, so that is all I wrote on these cards, nothing else. So I'm going to quickly go through mine. All right, rider, arrival, clover, chance, ship, journey, house, personal, tree, well-being, clouds, turbulent, snake, treacherous, coffin, end, bouquet, delighted, scythe, cut, whip, discord, birds, aflutter, child, innocence, fox, wrong, bear, strength, stars, guidance, stork, evolve, dog, loyalty, tower, authority, garden, social, mountain, obstacle, ways, choices, mice, loss, heart, passion, ring, connection, book, knowledge, letter, words, man is man, lady is lady, lily, zen, sun, empowered, moon, spotlight, key, solution, fish, abundance, anchor, goal, 36 cross is burden. And there's my jokers. Okay, so remember that those are mine. Those are the words that I use that trigger all of the other card meanings, you know, that I have, all the keywords rather, in my mind. But that is the best word that brings me right to the meaning of that card every time. As soon as I see it, it triggers all of the other ideas and concepts behind this card just by looking at that one word. So today's exercise is to go make your own deck and have fun, and see you in the next video. Peace out, lovely Lenormand lovers.